Hello, my name is Dmitry and welcome to the TP Labs channel. Today we're going to talk about our new project, which is called the Titanium Kibitka. In building this vehicle, we want to refine our titanium welding techniques, try out hub motors in practice, and, so to speak, test out technologies for our future projects. So you could say we had a lot of titanium pipes, some free time, and decided to give it a try. How will we use it in the future? We don't know for sure yet. This vehicle will have a body, and in principle it could be used as a utility car for things like lawn maintenance, etc. And also for transporting small loads. I think its load capacity will be about 300 kilograms in the bed. Let's move on to the model. We decided to draw everything in SolidWorks at the beginning so we could understand how things would fit together. Dmitry will show you the model of our Wonder Wagon. The base is a space frame made from 40mm and 20mm pipes. The swing arm, as you can see, is made from square aluminum D31 tubing. We wanted to use magnesium alloy, but couldn't find it. All the other components, mounts, brackets, platforms, and so on, are made from VT 1.0 titanium. In some places, VT8 will be used. The entire front suspension system is meticulously sourced from a jiggy, and the corresponding shocks are also precisely from a jiggy. Now, you will clearly see what we have already carefully crafted and precisely how it actually looks in real life, in its true form. The motors are hub motors from Salischki, 72 volts, 3 kilowatts each. According to the specs, that's 225 Chinese Newton meters of torque. Well, I think the top speed without any load, without any cargo, will reach up to 50 kilometers per hour. That's what I think. We'll see. It will be a single-seater and it'll be really comfortable to sit inside.
As we start welding the frame, we've laid out all the diagonals with the northern squares. Now we'll be welding with a gas shield. We have a 1.0 roller in the circle and a 2.0 roller in the bender. The gas shield is set to 4 liters per minute, but for such small gaps, that's fine for us too. Well, now we're actually starting to weld. I'm welding with a mincer mount. We've welded this lower square here. Of course, we welded it with a gas shield. Everything here is good for us. Next, we bent these kinds of arcs and tacked them in place because we were just a bit short on metal. Next, we'll need to cut the pipes here and tack them together like this. Basically, this will be our main cabin. Then the pendulum mount will be welded on here. After that, more pipes, reinforcements, and so on will be added. So basically, we make the cut here, tack it in place, and weld it with a gas shield, because you can't weld titanium without shielding gas. It will crack. So, we've tacked together this kind of cabin, and now we're moving on to assembling the front suspension. We're going to use an 8-bolt setup, and to keep the hub from coming apart, we need to machine a kind of CV joint dummy, so it holds everything together. Here, it was held in place with a nut, so now we're going to start machining. So these are the CV joint dummies we've ended up with. They'll be inserted tightly right here and secured from this side with a nut because we have a double row bearing here. And to keep it from coming apart, it needs to be clamped. Of course, there will be a washer here as well. So that's basically how it is. So I've assembled the front suspension and set it up in space, so to speak. First, I set the camber, put the adjustment center here, and roughly set the camber just using a level. Then I set the caster on both struts. The caster here will be quite large because the car is planned to be very light. Then I welded the pipes here, cut out the plates with a laser. This pipe, of course, will be removed. It's just there now to tie the structure together so it stands correctly in space. And now I can continue bracing the front part of the car, meaning we'll have hoops going from here like this, and like this. We should end up with a rigid space frame structure. Well, I'm just continuing.
So, gentlemen, take a look at what we've got at this stage. Part of the space frame has been welded. We're testing, so to speak, welding titanium with filler. This is in this 1.0 version, and overall, the strength is good. The front suspension from a VAZ 2108 has been installed. In the future, I think we'll remachine some of the parts from titanium or aluminum, like this lever, this part, and this one. Here, I think inside we'll still have a luggage compartment. Let's see. Right now it weighs about 60 kilograms, probably half of that is the suspension components. The titanium itself is actually quite light. So it seems like welding is going more or less okay. There are some flaws, but overall it's fine. By the way, take a look here. These tabs, we cut them with a laser. We found the right settings, it cuts through 5 millimeters. But with some special effects. We're going to use these kinds of motors. Here it is, a hub motor, 72 volts, 3000. So let's see. I truly hope it holds up really well and everything runs smoothly. Well, my dear folks, this is precisely what we've got for you so far at this very moment. In the next episodes, you'll see the development of this project. All the best. Subscribe to the channel, hit like, and goodbye.